Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back to my channel. I apologize. Monday didn't work out. I forgot I had an appointment. And Tuesdays and Wednesdays are pretty much toast. So this is going to be a really short video. I guess from now on my videos are going to probably be Thursday and Saturday. And maybe a Friday. We'll see. We'll see. But I am so excited. I really wanted to go ahead and get started on this. I want to attempt to do a skinny cascade journal. Now, as we spoke of before, I want to do some extraordinary journals for February because February is an out of the ordinary month, and I want to try some things that I normally wouldn't try. So I'm going to give you just a little intro today. And tell you what's going on. Now, I got the idea for this Cascade journal. She called it something else. She called it a tall, skinny journal, but it has cascading pages, and I have seen Gail make one, but this comes from Anne over at Odulcina. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but I will definitely leave her link in the description box. She has a fabulous channel. I enjoy watching her. So she used a 9x12. Let me show you. She used a 9x12 journal. Envelope. Manila, or not really manila. If it's hers were white. I don't have any white ones of these. These are the 9x6. She used a 9x6. I think I said 9x12. She used a 9x6, and she folds her journal this over about 2 inches like this. Then she folds up like this. I know she folded this up. So this comes over maybe about like that, which is a really, really cute journal size. But because I only had these in this manila orange color, and you guys know how I feel about orange, I decided to take it up to the next size envelope I have, which is the 9x12, and we will be making this one finished 4x8 is the way she has it finished. We're going to do 9x6, and so I've done some of the work here to get it to where I want it to be, and I think I messed up a little bit. I don't know. I think I wanted this back, and then I wrote down the wrong measurements. So either way, it's going to end up being 9x6. So let me double check. Yeah, so that's 6x9. Yeah, so it goes this way, and this is going to be 3, not 4. So yeah, so this will be fun. But the way she does it a little grungy, and I would like to do it a little grungy as well. We will be flipping up these if you want to use this as a pocket. If you don't, just glue those down, and then we'll make a couple of pockets here. This is going to be a 2-inch pocket. So yeah, I want it this way. Basically, you fold it 1/3, whatever size your envelope is, you're going to make this 1/3 of it. So this is 9 inches wide. I folded in 3 inches like that. And then that left me 6 on this side. And because this is 12, let's see, I think it's a little long, to be honest with you. If it's 12, that should be 10. What did I do? Yeah, it's 10. So there again, I folded the whole thing wrong. I have it folded correctly. It's just that when I refolded it, I did it incorrectly. So that's how it's going to be. You're going to have a 3-inch pocket and a 3-inch. Well, that's easy to remember. Okay, so it finishes 9x6. Why am I going through all of this? You don't need to remember any of this because we're going to discuss it again. But I want to tea dye all this stuff. So I always do a couple of mock-ups just to make sure everything comes out correctly, and that's why I have those. Those are just for myself. So I'm using 9x12 white envelope. You can use whatever you have, and if you don't have an envelope, you could use file folder, you could use cardstock. whatever you have. But I want to coffee dye these. So I've got a white envelope. Actually, I think I've got a couple of those. Might as well tea dye. I'm going to be tea dyeing too. I don't know where these postcards came from. I think these are either Artymaze or they're the ones I posted. I don't remember. You get so much stuff, and what I'm telling you right now is I have stacks of unused paper on the shelf above me. So I just pulled out a hunk, and by hunk I mean this is about a third of what I have printed out and not used. So I was saving it on the shelf above me, then I started saving it next to me, and then now it's everywhere. Excuse me. So anyway, I'm using these envelopes and I'm using these postcards. I know this is an Artymaze lined paper. I'm going to be using that. I'm going to be using this. I believe these are from the same collection. I don't remember what it was called, but I will look for it. I want to say it was Family Album, or I don't remember. Family Tree? No. Anyway, I will find out and I will link it below. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 of these tracing paper. This is just regular tracing paper that I bought at Walmart. I'm going to do, I figure if I'm going to do one, I might as well do 2 or 3. So I'm going to do some of the ledger paper. I've got this music paper, and yeah, I'm finding that some of these old songs or the old songbooks I can't even use because of the words, but I'm just editing those portions out and using the book pages or the music pages. I've got 3 graph pages. I've got a couple of tan. I haven't coffee dyed this tan paper, so I'm interested to see how that comes out. And then I've got just 3 pages of the 28-pound copy paper. So the idea for this is just use whatever you have. I'm kind of following Anne's tutorial for this, and I didn't want to spend a whole day coffee dyeing or tea dyeing, but I want to make it worth my while, so I'm doing just a few extra. And so that's my intro. If you want to join me, I'll be back hopefully Thursday. Well, I'm pretty much going to say Thursday. I'm going to make it a point to be back Thursday. And we'll move on. And all of this will be dry by then and ready to use. I think you're going to find it a lot of fun. I'm going to be able to use up all, well, not all, but some of my lace scraps over here. And it's not overly decorated. It's not an overly decorated journal, but it's fun and it's different, and that's what the whole point of this month is going to be. I'm going to do a Cascade journal. Next week I'm going to be doing I want to attempt, let's put it that way, I want to attempt to do a spineless journal. And then I want to do something from Natasha over at Treasure Books, which anything from Natasha is going to be fabulous, as you well know probably. She comes up with the most unique, fabulous ideas, and I think I can do it. So I'm going to attempt one of her designs, and then I want to revisit my roly-poly because that is an odd journal, and I had so much fun making it the first time, but I want to tweak a few things. As you know, Dawn over at the Book Vandal did one. I thought there was somebody else, I don't remember who it was, but those roly-poly journals are all so fun and totally based on a makeup from It Cosmetic. It was a makeup thing that rolled out with the eyeshadow and the lipstick and the blush and all that my mom had in her bathroom. And I said, oh, this would be cool as a journal, and that's where that comes from. So I want to reattempt to do that. But for now, we're going to start with this. I'm going to call it not a skinny, because it's not really skinny, it's going to be 9x6, but I'm going to call it just a Cascade journal. It would easily you could turn it this way and make it a tall skinny. And who knows, I may do that. But right now the papers I'm working with I think will be going this way, because I want to come and do another tall journal in a little bit. Okay guys, just as a point of reference, I thought we would revisit tea dyeing. I haven't done a video on this for a while. So I have 8 regular size tea bags in here. These are Lipton, and I used my coffee and I used my Keurig and whatever K-cup pod was in there. I think it must have been mine because it smells a little coconutty. I love the toasted coconut coffee, but it's just enough to give it a little bit more grunge. Doesn't really add color, but yeah. And now I've let this steep with 16 ounces of water. That's how much I brewed on the tea bags, and I've let this steep for about 5 minutes. You don't want to coffee dye with hot water because it will destroy the I believe it's the lignin, which is the glue they use to make the paper. It'll destroy that, and your paper will be peely and it can tear more easily, and so you don't want to do that. So it's warm. I can put my finger in it and it'll cool off relatively quickly, but just let that steep as long as you want. I've got a nice amber color here. I'm going to put this off to the side now. I am at my desk where my camera is. Normally I would do this on the kitchen table spread out, but I'm only doing a small batch. I picked up this doily because I thought, well, that might be fun to put on top of one of the pages. So basically what I will do is just brush this on, not too carefully, and then I will flip it over. Now it's going to curl until you get that other side painted with the tea. Now as I let this steep a little bit more, it's going to get a little darker. So I'm going to put this on here, and I'm pressing it down on the gold side, and then I'm going to add a little bit more across the top. This is going to do 2 things. I'm going to be able to use this in another journal. The doily, I think my sister gave this to me. She sends me little bags with pieces of paper that she's collected, and she's like, if you don't want it, just toss it, but it looked interesting to me. So she'll send me little boxes and things, that little tags from clothing and stuff, which is fun. Alright, so here's another page. I'm just going to set this on top and brush that again. And so I think I'm just going to go ahead and tea dye these papers. I am using a stack of tissue paper from the Dollar Tree. It is the entire stack. So I thought I would do that. I've ruined a bunch of towels doing the tea dyeing and the coffee dyeing, so I don't want to use any more of my towels. You can make some decorations. If I laid this out to dry, that would make some really cool marks. I am going to put another piece on top of it, so it may push it out, but there again, let's see how this will be interesting to see. This tan paper is only 20 pounds, so you can see I did one side and it pretty much bleeds through the whole thing. So if you want some extra dark spots, just try that. You can even sprinkle some excuse me, instant coffee crystals on top, which will be fun, and that leaves some really fun marks. Turn this, I try to do both sides, and it's not going to line up perfectly, at least not for me. If I touch that tissue paper, it could tear. So I'm trying to be careful with this, and it's making it harder. So I'm making it more complicated than it has to be. If you try to be too careful, that's what happens. But yeah, I'm just going to continue on with this, and I'll fast forward and you can see what it's like. let's talk really quickly about ink. I do not have a laser printer. I use an HP OfficeJet Pro. Oh gosh, what number is it? 83 or 89 something. I will put the link below, or the product name. I'm not sure it's even available anymore, in the description box. But I have always used an I have always used HP printer. I use instant ink, but even when I was using regular ink, I did not have any problems with the ink running. Now, I have heard from some of my subscribers that they use HP also, and that they have had problems with the ink running. And my only thing that I can say about that would be it must be the paper. I use a bright white paper, usually 28 to 32 pounds, with the exception of that brown, but that's what I usually print on. Sorry, the tan paper. That's 20-pound Hammermill. I ordered that from Amazon, and the link is in the description for that as well. But I kind of want to I have a little bit of paper, tea, gee whiz, left, so sometimes I bottle it up like such. That way I can use it to distress things one at a time. Now, I do find that some of these notepads will run, and that's okay. Sometimes I want lines on things. This is going to be on the envelope, but yeah. And then I'm just going to do some of this tissue as well while I'm here. It did not go through, and I think I did mention, this is a whole entire pack of Dollar Tree tissue, which seems to have a shiny side and a dull side. And I'm using dull side up. I don't know why it has that, but yeah. Might as well just use up the tea I have left, and coloring, tea dyeing, some other things. But I think that's going to do it. I have a little bit left, might come back later and do something else as I go along, but that's just a refresher on how I do my coffee dyeing. I don't spend a day coffee dyeing anymore. I used to do it that way. I would put a big sheet on my kitchen table, and I would make, a big huge batch and stand there. Number one, it hurts my back to stand over that all that time, and if I could do it at counter height, it would be great. So what I started doing it was at the counter, and then as I would flip over a stack, then I would go redistribute it over the table. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to take all of this paper, and I should not have gone all the way through, so I should be able to just carry this to the kitchen table, spread it all out. Tomorrow morning it'll be dry, and I'll be able to work with it. So I did get a little, be careful, because I did get a little contamination over here on some of my papers, but they're not important. They're just, and I have these, I don't even know where these came from. I do. I think they're bar cloths. And I kind of cut them in half, and I use those. I think that's what they are. I don't know. I use them for paint and glue, and then they get stuck together, but they do have a kind of, they get coffee dyed, or they get grungy from the ink and stuff, and so they're kind of fun. And then I can rip them into tatters later and use them for tag toppers or whatever when I need to. So sorry that my assistant keeps talking through the video. I hope you don't hear that. Those little computer assistants that we have for telling us who's at the front door. So anyway, I thank you for watching. I hope you guys are all doing well, staying well, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye now.